It will understand perfectly what is personal information, what is business relevant information, and it moves it into my personal knowledge management system, which is Heptabase, my project management tool, Clickup, and my personal task management tool, which is ToDoist. And the outcome is literally insane. If you're using Apple Notes to take your meeting notes and you're a small business owner, team leader, or project manager, this video will literally change your life. We know that many of our members love to use handwriting tools, maybe a piece of paper or Apple Notes or any other. The thing is, there was always a disconnect. You still generate scattered notes that's hard to keep track of. What we teach with our ICOR methodology is that you need to process this information into the proper destinations. So out of these meeting notes, there are usually different types of information and actions combined together, and then you need to manually process this into your personal knowledge management system, into your business knowledge management system, business project management system. Well, until today, because now with Claude Cowork, all this runs on autopilot while you still be able to take handwritten notes on your Apple Notes device. And here's how this works. So here you see the handwritten note that I have taken. Let's have a look what this consists of. First of all, my ugly handwriting. Well, I can read it, not many can read it. And I think it's a good thing, because if AI can read my handwriting, it probably can read yours too. So you see, I just made a title with meeting notes, a date, and then I say, Mike is meeting with Sarah for the ERP review next week. I need to send an email to Mike about Project Phoenix tomorrow. So you see, the beginning is an information, but then I need to send an email as an action. Then randomly buy a gift for my wife, and then Mike and I decided to make Project Phoenix highest priority. So you see, it's scattered information just within one node, and you know better than me how much will get accumulated in just one day of back-to-back meetings. So now here is how Claude Cowork comes into play. If you don't know, you can watch my previous video where I showed how I organize my scanned documents with Claude Cowork, and the difference is that we have the Claude desktop chat, we have Claude Code, and now we have Claude Cowork, which is just Claude Code under the hood. So here's all I needed to do in my Cowork, how I set it up, based on a more comprehensive prompt that we will look into in the end of the video. So process my latest meeting notes. That was it. And it started to look into Apple Notes. You see here the steps. It listed the notes in my Apple Notes. It finds the latest notes. Here, founded meeting notes. Then it gets the note content. It recognized that this is actually an image, because the handwriting is actually an image, but it extracted perfectly the content here, what is going on. And look at this content classification. It recognized the individual parts of my notes and categorized it if it is personal or team relevant and what destination it should go to. Isn't this insane? So it perfectly already recognized here, Mike meeting with Sarah for ERP review is a node. It's not personal, but it's team relevant, and it should go into Heptabase plus Clickup. Send email to Mike about Project Phoenix, team relevant, ToDoist plus Clickup. Buy a gift for my wife, action, personal, see, ToDoist only. This is insane, guys. Mike and I decided Project Phoenix highest priority, decision, personal, no, team relevant, yes, update, Heptabase, and Clickup. And obviously, this is something you can further and further refine to the needs that you need it to be. But this is all theory. Let's see how this looks in the final outcome once it finished all the work. So here we are in Heptabase. This is the node that it created, and I asked it to create it in the inbox, so I still have perfect control in Heptabase to review what AI created for me inside Heptabase. And there you see the meeting notes. It perfectly extracted all the information. It even added the actions here. So if I would just use Heptabase, that's great, because I could now go to the action inbox, go to not done yet, and see these two actions still open. But we always say, don't use your personal knowledge management system for task management. That's why it should go into ToDoist. So I could refine it to not add also the actions in here. See, it even says imported from Apple Notes on 22nd January. This is insane, guys. Okay, so what I would have loved if the MCP also allows AI to connect it properly. So it perfectly recognized that there is Mike, already a card here. So when we actually start this from scratch, you see Mike is appearing, and now I can connect it it this way. And now I have a direct connection with Mike, and I don't need to update this. When I go to Mike, and here you see the backlinks to the meeting notes, and I'm enriching this card for Mike with this additional information. Another video I made about this. I'm not going into detail what this is all about, but look at this one minor thing here. Buy a gift for my wife was all I said in the handwritten notes, but I recognized that Caroline is my wife based on the content in Heptabase. So it understands it and tags then my wife based on the name and not just wife. And that's what you can obviously refine with very specific functions and so on. So it understands which person is relevant there and so on. This is insane because it's not just an automation that forwards the information into your PKM, but it also reviews your PKM to make informed decisions how to connect things together. And talking about connection, that's where we need to look into ToDoist now. Look at this. In the inbox, it created these two tasks. One is send email to Mike about Project Phoenix. Looking into this, you see here context perfectly. You know, the moment I need to work on it, I have perfect context, but I can also Heptabase card, click here and opens directly the card. So this is what we teach in ICOR, that you need to provide as much as possible the context that you need to complete a task. And this is done in autopilot. It not only created a task, but directly provides me the necessary context needed to complete the task. And here, people involved, Mike, boom. It works. Perfect. All right. And here we go. Buy a gift for Caroline. And here we go. Same thing. This works perfectly. And I haven't done a thing. I didn't edit anything. Nothing. This is out of the box what Claude Cowork was doing just with the prompt that I provided to it. And last but not least, let's have a look into Clickup. So in Clickup, we have here Project Phoenix that I created to test all this. And here we have a chat channel in Clickup. And there you go. It provided an update in here with an action item. It is an information about action items that everybody knows that I should do this, while in my personal task management, it is assigned to me. Obviously, if you're just using Clickup, you could now assign this to you directly and many things that you could do in addition. But this is now leveraging my whole productivity system as is and have the right information and action in the right places. And then you see related links and I click here, boom, it opens up again the meeting notes. The beautiful thing is here that nobody else will be able to access this. And yet I still have direct context even in Clickup. And now I could go wild, you know, creating tasks, content. And this is the big difference. Now AI has perfect context and instructions to do something for me that is really helpful. It is processing information and action. It removes the friction from needing to handwrite and then manually process the things into the different areas. All I need to do is to review if things are correct, but I can tell you it is amazing what was there out of the box. And I will use this on a regular basis now because guys, this is just the beginning. This is now the moment where AI can literally become a proper personal assistant. Why is it Claude Cowork and not the internal AIs in Heptabase and Clickup and so on? Because now we have an external position where everything comes together. And here's how this works. In Claude Cowork, you can, or in Claude in general, you can connect what it's called MCP servers. If you're using Notion, for example, you can use MCP servers to connect it directly and make exactly what I did. It's no need to use Clickup or ToDoist. The only thing that you need in order to pull this off is to use tools that provide you the proper MCP servers. And this allows Claude to directly connect to your tools. It's not a setup that you need to do and create automations like on Zapier, N8N or Make.com. No, it is just based on the prompt on top. And here you see it's just a refined thing. It looks like a mess, but this is something that I can provide you perfectly inside my ICOR, where we will create a Claude Cowork mastery course. And be sure, if you join us for free in my ICOR today, you will get access to this prompt. All the details you find in the link below. If you're a professional and you're using Claude Cowork already, let us know how you are using it, because as I said, it's just the beginning and I have so many more things I want to share with you, how I'm leveraging Claude Cowork already, that it was never more worth following us than it is of now. 2026, what a year we have ahead. I catch you up in the next one.